can support me by using my supporter creator code Vasterz on Epic Games such as Fortnite, Rocket League, Dauntless, and many, many more. But either way, thank you for just being here. I appreciate you. Enjoy the video. And also, if you would like to support the channel even more, you can actually become a YouTube member by clicking the join button. You will have access to additional perks. My personal favorites that I currently offer is that you will actually be able to see a lot of the videos early, as well as you will have access to over 100 videos and growing that are exclusive to YouTube members of the channel.
Hey, what's going on everyone? It is me, 𝐵𝓊𝓈𝒾𝓃𝓆𝓊𝒾𝓃𝓾𝓈, and or Vasterz, and I'm back with another video. And yeah, you guys probably like, what is going on right now? There's so many things happening. This is what happens when you mix old school Runescape with somebody that has ADHD. You just get a mess. So okay, on the top right is my main account, and I'm trying to get more KC with one of the newest bosses, which is a very easy boss to defeat. It's the Rat King, so to speak. On the top left is my second to main account, and that account is currently, let's hope I don't die. I risked it for the best case. See that? I risked it on that one. On this account right here, I'm just doing some brutal black dragons. I'm defeating them. Just earning some money, you know, basically just AFK. This right here on the bottom left is my third alt, I guess you could say, my third main. I'm kind of going down the ranks. So my main account, my second, third, and this is fourth. And on this one I'm just doing Nightmare Zone, extremely AFK. I'm just training my combat stats right now. And then on this other one right here is a new account that I decided to make recently, and what it entails is, in my mindset, right, I don't know if it's gonna work out, but I'm thinking it's gonna be like PKing/revenants in the wilderness. So I'm leaning towards that. I'm not that good of a PKer. I have tried some LMS recently on my main account, you know, last man standing, and I actually got second place. You know, not too bad. And those were some pretty close calls. Mind you, some of those lobbies were full of bots, but there was actually some real players that I was fighting, and I actually got the upper hand on some of the fights, which is pretty cool. So practice makes perfect, I guess you could say. So hopefully one day I'll get up there when it comes to PKing and I don't get like nervous, because it's it's just very, I don't know, spooky, I guess you could say. You're in the wilderness, you have your gear on you, and you can, well, you can die. And also, let me fix something. I just realized I'm not capturing the mouse. There we go. Now you should be able to see my mouse. So my main account, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, in that order. And it's kind of like a funny story too at this point, you know. I don't know, to this date I don't know who it was. I don't, no offense, it is very sus. It could be one of you guys. From what I gathered, so if you don't know the background, I posted a video on it. This account right here actually used to be my main account, but I started to get bored, and I was like, you know what, let me make an alt. So I made this account, right? And mind you, this account, I finished Dragon Slayer 2, Monkey Madness 2, things like that. But here's the thing. I posted a video, mentioning directly, saying, hey, I'm going to take a break, I'm going to stop playing on this account. I literally stopped playing on this account. I was fully focused on this one, trying to level it up and whatnot. And then after some time goes by, I think it was like some weeks or whatever after I made the video and I posted it, I try to log into this account and I get a message. Like when you log in and there's a problem with your account, I get a message. And I'm like, wait a minute, what do you mean? Like an appeal thing? And I noticed that it said it was botting. And I was like, wait a minute, hold up. That wasn't me. It must have been something wrong with the system. Or maybe my friend, because at the time, this account, I allowed one of my close friends access to it. If they got bored or whatever, they could go on it, do bossing, whatever. So I was like, I don't think he would do that. I don't think he's the type of person that would actually risk someone else's, like my own hard work account that I put so much time into, and just to do that. I don't think he's like that. But I did ask him, and it wasn't him. After doing some more research on the whole situation, right? I don't know if they patched it. I'm assuming they did. This is before the 𝐵𝓊𝓈𝒾𝓃𝓾𝓈 security update, FYI. Because my apologies. You guys ever choke on air? No, but what was I saying? This is before the 𝐵𝓊𝓾𝓃𝓾 security update. So right now you have a more secured system than it was before. I mean, the security in general is getting better for RuneScape. I remember when I used to play, there was no such thing as logging in and there was like an email. It was like you're logging in with your username, so everybody knew your username because they could see you walking around the game and whatnot. So it was very, very, very sketchy way back in the day, because all they had to do was guess your password because they already knew your username. But slowly but surely, 𝐵𝓊𝓾𝓃 has been upgrading their security, which is great. It's good to see. But what I found out after I did a lot of, I read a bunch of articles on Google, tried to find some videos, and I found that there was, at this time, before the 𝐵𝓊𝓾𝓃 update with the accounts, the game I used to play, for a little bit of time on Steam because I wanted to get the achievements on Steam. Coming to find out that if someone at the time had your Steam password, they did not need your RuneScape password. And I realized right then and there, I checked Steam logins, like where it shows your history on what location, and I noticed that somebody was logging in from a whole different state, a whole different location. I was like, what is this? They logged in at this time, at this time, at this time. So immediately I was like, that's what happened. Someone managed to log into my Steam. So then I tried to think, how could that be? And I actually have a program which is called 1Password. I highly recommend it. It's amazing. It holds your passwords. It's encrypted. And I actually have a little workaround thing. So the passwords for some of the stuff that I use, that I put on that software, is not actually my passwords. I modify it. So only I know the password, if that makes sense. Maybe later down the road I might share something about that. It just makes it easier so I don't have to remember all the passwords. It's like a password storage device type of thing, software. And I realized on that software it has a little detection. And it said that my password was leaked. So this password that I used on Steam at the time was a password that I used for like a lot of things. And some of the software, some of the applications that I used it on, it was leaked. So the password was basically out there in the world, and it was like, I mean, it stunk, So the only thing I could do was change my password, kick out active sections from RuneScape, which you can actually do that on your account management, as well as on Steam. So I did that, and then ever since then, I've been fine. And then if you're wondering as well, for RuneScape, because
There's a cute little panda.
bank pins did exist,
Did you know
So
that a lot
it
of you
was
are not
such a long
subscribed to my
time.
YouTube
And
channel?
I mean, it was like
It's free.
some weeks or whatever.
If you're enjoying the video,
The person literally
subscribe.
just deactivated my pin.
Make the parent happy.
I just didn't log into the account, so I had no idea. It's just the timing of it all was so suspicious. That's why I'm thinking it might have been a viewer. But even then, because mind you, they did take they took money from my account, but I want to be thankful as well because they left the untradables. They left the void, which takes some hours to acquire. So at least they left me something, and they were actually botting when I logged in. If you saw the video when I posted the situation, they were botting the corrupted gauntlet. They actually got the enchanted weapon seed. I never saw it. They traded it to their other account or whatever happened. They sold it. I didn't have it, but it was in my collection log. If I look at my collection log on this account, it will show that weapon seed. I never got it in my life. I never did the corrupted gauntlet before. I never even did the elves quest at the time because it was like such a long quest. I was like, can't be asked. They did the elves quest. They got my agility up to like whatever the requirement was. It was 70 for the quest. They sold some of my valuables, and my guess is what they did. They probably sold the valuables and bought bonds with it, just so they can use it on the account, so they don't have to pay membership on it. And then they just started buying the corrupted gauntlet. And here's the craziest part, right? Yeah, one, they left my void, which is cool, and the fire cape. But here's what the craziest, I should say the saddest part. So, one of the craziest things, which is nice, I managed to recover the account. It's great, it's awesome. So it's back in my possession, it's great. Here's the bad thing, right? With that whole situation. That process to get it appealed, I was in panic mode, bro. I don't even know what I even said in the message in my appeal, but I was like, yo, this wasn't me. I don't know how this happened. I have no idea, but my account was hacked. Dude, the message made like no sense, but I was freaking out. I was like, how does someone do this? That was before I figured the clues and whatnot. I just wanted to get my account back. And it was only a temp ban, so I was okay. Gladly, I caught it in time, because if I didn't, who knows, who's to say if maybe the hacker would have just got back on it and just continued botting, and that would have really upset me. I probably would have quit the game completely. If like the account was permanently banned, that would have been that would have been really sad. Because I like this account, I put how much time into the account? No, don't go there. No. Let me just get out of here real quick. I'm kind of curious on this one. 61 days, basically 62 days of in-game time. And I can show you the collection log, the gauntlet. It is green logged. They got the pet. They got the enchanted weapon seed. It's insane. Yeah, let me go back over here, get the setup going. But the saddest part, right? So I did the appeal process on Runescape. Yes, I recovered the account. The sad thing is, it was denied. My appeal was denied. Mind you, it could have been because my message was like, it was like gibberish. It was like barely English. But the thing is, Jagex could have just seen like the IP, and they could have seen that, hey, I'm somebody that has been playing for years. Somebody that like I bought bonds, you know, in the game, my bonds in the store, buying membership, things like that. So I've been a long time supporter of the game. So it's such a sad shame, but it's something that I see in the community well, like the top YouTuber people, they mention it, like about the false bans and stuff like that. They talk about it, and 𝐾𝓃𝓃𝓃𝓃 also talks about it, and they say it's a very low number. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. After what happened to me, the only reason why my account was okay was simply because it was a temp ban. It was not a permanent ban. Yeah. And yes, when I say I recovered the account, I'm saying that I managed to kick the person out of my account and make sure I got the password, changed it, added more security, things like that. It wasn't like if 𝐾𝓃𝓃 was there by my side helping me, because they weren't. Which is such a shame. I can only imagine how many people out there like have lost their account because maybe they got phished, they got scammed, maybe they trusted somebody, or just hacked, got a keylogger or something like that. So, I mean, and I'm somebody that like takes security very, very like I'm really high up there in security, and I'm always thinking about new ways that I can be more secure. That's why I mentioned, like, I use the 1Password security password storage application, but then I modify the passwords. So even if that database was breached, they don't have access to my actual information because I modified it myself. Whether it's adding more things or changing the middle, like, layout, whatever it might be, I change things of my information on there that's not stored on the software itself. So it's like it's an extra level of security. Where I live, you know, I have a bunch of security cameras, and I don't really live in the greatest of areas, but it's also not the worst. But even then, even if I lived in the greatest areas of all time, I still value, you know, the security. My car, dash cam, you know, it's like it's so important to me to make sure that, you know, you're safe. Because mind you, I grew up in a really bad place. I'm from Argentina, but not the nice spot. I was born in a very bad environment, in the hood, in the ghetto, you could say. And so a lot of those lessons I took myself, you know, just to be more safe in general, not just when it comes to things online, but when it comes to things, you know, when I'm walking in public, I look at my surroundings. If this were to happen, what do I do? Like, it's, my mind is always racing. But yeah, long story short, you know, I'm glad I got the account back, but it's a shame that 𝐾𝓃𝓃 let me down. And for a minute right then and there, I was thinking, should I even support a game like this? Because it's not fair, you know. But it's like, okay, they released soon after that, I think it was like a month or something after that, they released the 𝐾𝓃𝓃 launcher. They released additional security features. I was like, okay, now it's better. It's more secure. I feel safer playing right now. And of course, there's more things that 𝐾𝓃𝓃s can do, you know, of course. But yeah, you know. Little by little, as long as we're making progress in the right direction, it's great. I'm kind of curious, what window have you been watching a screen, like, the majority of the time? Top left? Let's just say 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which one have you been watching? And if you're wondering too, I have like 10 accounts. Yeah. Let that sink in. I think it's fun, you know, having different alt accounts. Sometimes you might get bored, or sometimes maybe you're doing something that is time consuming. Let's say you're training something that's more AFK, or right here, I'm just getting more KC for this boss, because I would like to one day get all the KCs of everything. So it shows on the side right here. Let me show you. So right here, it shows everything over 1,000, except obviously the Inferno and Jad, but everything else I would like to get over 1,000 one day. I think that would be really, really cool. So it's like a very long type of goal that I have in mind. But yeah, you know, little by little, progress. And mind you, like this is my main second, and I could use this account for, let's say like Rune Dragons if I want to. There you go, I got the Rune Dragon gear right here. If I want to do, you know what I'm doing now, Brutal Black Dragons, I could do that. It's like AFK things that are not, you don't have to be that focused on, but they provide wealth for other accounts. So if I'm doing something like this, Nightmare Zone, that doesn't really get me any gold in the game, I could be on my alt earning money. So it's like a win-win situation type of thing. The only issue is, of course, I wish this was all part of a bundle, like a one membership subscription, or matter of fact, I wish it was just free, to be honest. But it's not, and like each of these accounts, you have to pay for the membership on, and it's expensive. Maybe not one of them, but when you're paying for a bunch of accounts, it adds up. And just so FYI, just so you're wondering, if you're curious, no, not all of my accounts that I showed you right here are members. I believe I have, if I remember correctly, it's 5 members accounts, so one more besides the ones that I'm sharing right now. So I should probably move out the way and start focusing on that. There we go. Because when I started, as you can see, my smithing level, I started to make cannonballs because it's a decent way to make money and it's very AFK. So that's what I was doing at the beginning with some of these alt accounts from the beginning. You know, I completed the dwarf cannon quest, and then I started to make the cannonballs. You know, got my smithing a little bit up, and then I got the requirement. So that's what I did, and now I'm using the cannonballs right now. But yeah, that's kind of like what I'm doing right now, and slowly leveling up my range, and I like to level up my range and my defense and my magic. I don't want to level anything else up, but in the future things might change because I know that when you do a quest, it can give you attack XP or defense XP or strength XP, and it can mess up any account builds. Like say if you're going for like a pure, it can mess up the account. But I did hear that Jagex wants to make an update happen in the future, possibly, that for quest rewards it gives you like an XP lamp, and you could pick what XP you want it on, which if they do that, that'll be amazing. That means everyone can be able to get a quest cape, because quests hold behind them. It's like there's so much content that's locked behind quests. So I would like to get a quest cape like on everything, you know. So far I just have a quest cape on this account. I don't have a quest cape on this account yet, but I'm pretty close as you can see right here. But questing is definitely not my cup of tea. It is definitely very, very boring. But it's alright. My favorite quests, Dragon Slayer 1 and Dragon Slayer 2. Those are the only quests really that I'm like, okay, this is cool. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's nostalgia or something. But it's just, I like those quests. But as for the other quests, it's kind of boring, you know. But at least you have the quest helper when you're on Rune Light, which I'm on right now, as you can see. So I kind of feel bad. If Steam, I believe, still has the game. If you play this game on Steam, you are different. And if you play the game on mobile, you are definitely different. I mean, that takes a whole different set of talent because the game is just more complicated on those platforms. RuneLight is just amazing. It makes things so much easier. Alright, let's get a little spec in right here. Let's see what we get. Big hits. Let's go for big hits. Alrighty. I do kind of wish that I could like put more things, like more windows on my monitor. You might be able to if like you change the screen resolution and stuff. But this is like the max resolution of my monitor, which is not like, it's not 4K or nothing. Maybe if I got like a 4K monitor, it'd be different. But it's a 1080, you know, P monitor. But it's very nice. It's like a big size monitor, but it's only in the resolution of 1080p. It only allows me to have 4 windows, like this. And the way that I do it, if you're wondering, so because I know I can make this smaller, I'll show you. I can make this a lot smaller if I want to. I can change the screen, shrink it up. I can make it this small in size. It doesn't let me to go smaller than that. So I can only still fit only 4 windows if I put it side by side. So instead, what I'd like to do is I like to use a application that's on Windows to make things easier for me to set up instead of going, you know, clicking this window, making sure it's right next to this one. Instead, I just do this. Just like that. Easy. Very simple. But it would be nice if I could put an extra 2 so I could play on 6 instead. That would be interesting right there. Because just imagine if I had like a bunch of these accounts, like as a Rune Dragon alts, the amount of money that you would make. Like imagine 6 accounts just AFKing Rune Dragons. That would be crazy. Mind you, that's like a very end or late game content. But the amount of gold you would generate every single hour would be crazy. Which is what would be absolutely insane. There we go. Alrighty. I'm probably gonna end the video right here. It's probably over 20 minutes so far. I think it's a pretty decent spot to end the video on. Okay, maybe as time goes on, I could like do bank videos and stuff for like accounts and whatnot. Because little by little, it's growing. It's growing. Little by little. I even got the little ring right here too. But let me put this away. Okay, let me go back to this one. Get that. All those. Yep, okay. I'm still going to be playing the game and whatnot, but I'm just going to end the video. Let me just get this account set up. Let me just get this account set up, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. What's the KC that we are on right now? 64, not bad. I'm trying to go for 100 right now. To get 100, because it's such an easy boss to defeat, especially with this gear setup. Which I don't know if you guys knew, but if you guys can get the cosmetic thing, I got it from the Grand Exchange. I think you get it from the Clue Scrolls, so if you're like an Iron Man and stuff like that, good luck. Um, but like for the void armor, like if you could get that, it's pretty worth like getting, in my opinion. Like any type of like cosmetic attachments, if the attachment has like the ability that this one has, so it actually, like if you die in the regular game, not PvP, you actually keep the item because it has the ornament kit. It's like really cool. And I know nowadays it's a lot easier. Like before it was, if you died, you had a certain set time to grab your items from your gravestone or tombstone. If you didn't get your items, it's gone. It would just show up to everybody else. If nobody takes the items, then your items are just, they're gone from the game. Now, on the other hand, if you don't recover your items from your gravestone, you will, your items will appear in the death's office, which you have to pay gold to unlock the items and to reclaim it. That's actually quite a bit of gold. So at least you can recover the items though. So now it's the game has gotten easier over time. Or like pets now, I believe if you get a pet drop, it's automatically insured. Before, somebody might have got a pet and then randomly died, and then they lost it. They lost the pet because they died and it wasn't automatically insured. So now it's getting easier. I like it. You know, I say that, but then they add the Inferno. You know what I mean? Which would be nice to get, but I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. I have a fire cape. I know some people are like really crazy at the game and they managed to get their Inferno cape like on a pure account, like some crazy stuff. I don't know how they do it. Yeah, I don't know how they do it. They make things look very simple. I don't know. I don't know how they do it. It would be nice to get the Inferno cape though. I was able to use it on LMS. I managed to defeat somebody and they actually had it equipped on them, like the minigame LMS, Last Man Standing. And the other Inferno cape is just so sick. It looks so cool. It's like such a big achievement to get that cape because it's so difficult to acquire. And now we have like the Coliseum. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this video if it's already out or not. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's more content, late game content coming out. It's pretty cool. But in my opinion, they need to add, especially a lot of like this, like mid-game bosses, because I'm not really that professional when it comes to PvP. PvM I'm better at, but I'm not like crazy at it. It's nice to have like bosses like this that are very simple to defeat. They have pet drops that just teach people the mechanics of the game and how to maneuver, how to do this, how to do that. So I wish, hopefully, you know, they add more bosses like this one to introduce new players or people that are just not, you know, that advanced when it comes to PvM, to learn more things. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this ramble. Let's try to get another spec in right now. See what we can do. Big numbers, big numbers, big numbers. Big numbers. Big numbers. Kaboom. Alright. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, have a good one, everybody. I know this is definitely very, I don't know, trippy, I guess you could say. I just realized this window, was this window off this whole time? My bad. Oof. It's always not even, this is the one I'm focusing the least on. You can tell because these two methods are really AFK. The top two I'm focused more on. yeah. Anyways, have a good one, everybody. And, yeah. God bless. See what we get right here real quick. Get a pet. Get a pet. No, we don't get a pet. That's lame. Okay. Alright. Have a good one, everybody. God bless. No matter what you're going through, stay strong. God loves you.